Hello my Libyans and welcome back to another fabulous channel. I'm Jacob from Shipside and today we are building in the Sims 4. This is a Let's Build series. If you guys are not familiar what a Let's Build series is a series where we build the entire thing together over the course of multiple parts. So it's kind of like what we kind of did for the apartment complex not that long ago, where we kind of built it in separation because I felt like that was a really big build and I didn't want to put that all in one. This is also a really big build because it's multiple builds in one. So I wanted to build a trailer park for, Johnny Zest today. So let's go ahead and jump in the game. I'm gonna kind of explain my idea and my plan. Everybody knows the story of Johnny Zest, right? If not, I should probably do a character rundown. Johnny Zest is the estranged son of Nancy. Jeffrey Landgrab, that's who it is. And since their estranged son, he decided to take up comedy and they were really mad about it, and so they kicked him out, and now he lives in this trailer. The single trailer in Oasis Springs, out back behind the Landgrab house. Their Landgrab's house is that way somewhere. And I decide, what if, this trailer lot I've renovated a few different times. I'll link a few of those versions in the past. What if we turn this single trailer lot, using some more assets and things that's already on this lot, into multiple trailer? I'm thinking I want at least 3. This episode we all dedicate to figuring out the layout and building the outside of the trailers. Every other part will be kind of like a furnish with me type of thing after we get past the actual build with me. Yeah, I want to keep some things though pretty much the same. So I want to grab some of the grass. Let me go ahead and turn on move objects on. I want to keep some of the grass. I want to keep some of this other stuff that I feel like it's very important, and then everything else can be deleted. Obviously I think we'll probably use the new mailboxes. I'm doing this with the new pack that just came out for rent. I guess it's out for a little bit now, but I'm doing it with that pack, in case you guys are wondering. I actually think this is kind of a cute idea, this circle space right here. I think it could be a really good idea. So I'm thinking house here, right? We're gonna make the trailer so much smaller, don't worry. House here and then house here. I should probably have a renovated version of Johnny on as a short, as well as this comes out as we renovate the apartments. Then we should have the families that are gonna be living with Johnny as well. I'm thinking of doing something very similar in that regard because you guys really enjoyed. I did that the last time, so I figured why not if you guys enjoyed it. This might be a good idea. That might be a good idea. Obviously a trash can. Okay, and then we also want to continue the look of this original, because I'm just plussing the essence of what this original monstrosity is. And I mean that in the kindest way possible when I say monstrosity. I just want to make sure that's clear, because it is a special type of monstrosity is this lot. I have renovated this lot so many times because I always just think we can do better. There is a better version out there and I can figure it out, and that's kind of where I've always been. Yeah, no, it's okay. Can I just get the wood crusted founded? There we go. And then can I just put one right there, and then can I get the unremarkable stairs and place them right there? That way when I come in here to make this smaller, I already have a pretty good base. I'm also not going to take away the paint. We'll take away the paint individually. It's a bit annoying that way, but I also want to make sure that we keep the same paint. I'm very much, it's kind of like a renovation of the slot. What if Johnny Zest had neighbors is really the question I asked myself in a what if scenario. This was the answer that my brain gave me, is a trailer park. Actually, the real answer here is I was like, oh, a trailer park, that sounds like a fun idea. Who would I build that for? And then my automatic brain went to Johnny Zest. I guess I was kind of now you're like, oh, should we keep something inside? No, I don't care about that. I care about the windows. I care about the doors. Everything else, why would I don't need. So I really want to keep this back half back here. That's very important to me, because I want to say this first trailer will start back here. Yeah, and then I think we're just gonna make it smaller. We're gonna cut out at least half the trailer. And then see, the thing here, this is really gonna be a lot of landscaping and perfecting in that regard, because a lot of this is already it's done. This is the trailer. This is the idea of the trailer, and we're gonna take the same exact build. Is to come in here and copy. I'm actually thinking we'll probably move that one a little bit back. I might make this the long trailer. I know Johnny wishes for the long trailer. That's funny. You get the perspective here. We'll also gate it in a little bit. We'll put some gates on it, not a lot of gates. Then we'll change the colors up, the color schemes and stuff. And this is gonna be the more fancier trailer is the plan. I'm actually thinking that maybe this trailer should be 2 stories, which I think could be kind of interesting. The roof. Originally I thought, oh, we'll build trailers in Strangerville. But the issue with building trailers in Strangerville is that the actual trailer park in Strangerville don't really work out that way super well. But sure, it looks weird because it's a 2-stack trailer. Actually thinking it should be reversed, and that's my fault. Very It's a bit of a messy ground down there. Logically, I think it might look better. Door-wise, I want the doors to stay the same. Door there, a door there, and a door there. Windows, I just want these windows in front, in back. Say ignore the placement of them for right now. We will fix them. I just want to make sure they're on said house before I delete them. I'm thinking I'll probably use a different one as well, like on top of that, but like that's good for right now. I'm also thinking as we do each build, like as we do individual builds and stuff, we're really going to be focusing on the middle part today and getting the terrain down and getting the outside looking good. And when we start doing them individually, we'll start customizing the outside of them and making them more unique to the family once I do the family. So like the upstairs of this one, which is in the back, which does have concrete and a gnome and things inside it, which is kind of funny. I wasn't expecting it, but it's funny that it's there. Clean canvas is a best canvas. Also, like 3 builds in one, not scary. One big gigantic build that took up this entire lot, terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. So don't ask me, because I'm sure someone's probably thinking, Jacob, aren't you like terrified of these builds? You would think I would be. Like with my past track record, if you guys are familiar, it would make a lot of sense for people to believe that I would not want to do things like this. This actually is what interests me the most when this pack came out, was building things like this. I was so excited for moments like this. Okay, hold on. Is this like perfect level with the door? Like if we put it like right there, I know it kind of looks a little tacky, but also it's a trailer, so maybe it comes with the, or oh my gosh, what if I did do it though? That's insane to me. I'm gonna do it right now, and later on Jacob's gonna be like, what are you doing? Like, why was even that a thought? But that's okay. That can be later on Jacob's problem. That's not me. That's not my problem today. Some other things, like this had like a little thing out front. I do think that maybe they should have a little like gated section to themselves that's like more like their own, like a personal yard. So we're just gonna like really play around with it, and if we all think it looks ugly in the comments, the build is done. It's cute to suggest that it looks ugly, but you're doing nothing. You're not even hurting me because it's done. I know the final problem, because right now I'm looking like I'm pinning in cattle and it's not working. We'll come back to this idea because I think I don't think it's a bad idea. Now that we've taken care of the build placements, as I think they do look exactly how I thought they were gonna look, to be fair, we'll try to make them better. I honestly don't really know if this is a space for 2 size. I don't have to figure it out right now. It's okay. I'm sitting here trying to puzzle it out, and it's unnecessary. Let's go ahead and jump into terrain painting, because that's going to take up like a lot of the time and period. And I don't know how much it's interesting and or like how much you want to see of it. This is a good question for like future Jacob. No. Do you guys like terrain painting? Do you guys like seeing how, okay, it's this one. So we want this color, and then I think this is the gravel color. Yeah, so I want that one. Now it's time to figure out what dirt texture they use. Yeah, it was giving me this vibe. It's that one. Okay, now that I have the terrain paint figured out, we can actually erase a lot of it. For terrain paint, because I know a lot of people sometimes have questions about it, I do plan on doing a tutorial at one point. I'm thinking in March. I know it's a minute from now. I have a build tutorial coming out at some point this month. I don't think it's out yet. With that build tutorial, I don't talk about terrain painting at all. We'll talk a little bit about what I think makes and breaks a build. This was a great example on this little piece back here. Outlining anything you think is in dirt is such a smart idea. Cannot take claim. Pretty sure I've learned that from Sasha or Vixella. So the next big thing we gotta figure out is the fencing. The fence that I kind of wanted to use that was speaking to me is get to work related. I don't want to open this up to mini pack, one, because I want to be, this is a base game build. You do need at least for rent. Maybe for rent has a good one. I was definitely thinking like stuff like, let me look and see if for rent has a good one, because I know the base game won't have anything I don't think I want, at least in the bigger. And then we could also maybe do this one. You know what? I think we'll use the for rent one. And so the question really does beg. We obviously want to get, I kind of want it to be really gated in, which sounds really weird because it's like a trailer park and you're like, oh, it wouldn't be gated in. And I know like once we put some greenery and stuff down, I know it's a desert, so like how much greenery could be in one desert, you'd be surprised how much green you can fit in a desert. We're also going to put some trees in here. I really don't like it. We're going to take the second story out. Let me know if that was a bad idea in the comment. I can't change it, but you can change it. I feel like a second story would be pretty easy to add. Really depends on how I do the rooms. I know this house over here will be a family house. But yeah, I'm thinking like this is the idea. Now I'm trying to figure out, okay, let's let's do like yard. I feel like that's probably going to be their yard. And we might do that for Johnny's yard, because it will be Johnny's trailer. And I honestly don't think this side, this back one will have a yard. Like, I'm half tempted to maybe build a square and make this the yard for them, because I feel bad, because I feel like everybody should get like a little yard. But I don't actually think it's going to happen or not. And once again, I don't know if I like this either. But do I like this better? I don't know. I kind of do. They're not small, that's for sure. They're also a bit extra. So that also brings up the question about the middle part here, when this now needs to be a bit longer, because it looks weird if it's not. And it is a 4 wide, so that works fine. I want to pull some of these. Obviously, we're gonna tear apart this middle section, which was a cute idea, and I like the basis of it. So we'll continue with it. Don't worry. And just think we might need more things. Like, I want to put. This is such a key element for any like build. We need one of those in every one of these builds. A flamingo. Oh, you. See, I like this idea of them like I like this also. And we gotta make sure we grab some of the greenery and the grass, because we're going to be using it a lot. The tile right here is what's going to make up the majority of the build. It does look like they have a momentous amount of those. Would probably go in there. All right, let's delete all the rest except for our little, oh, I don't think I grabbed the flower arrangement. So I definitely want one of those. Once again, really want to keep the original vibe. I think the original vibe is the thing that's going to sell this product the best. When sell this product, who am I selling it to? Do you want to live in this trailer park? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. The next thing, I think the obvious thing here is make sure that we come in here and you look and see, and let's get some terrain painting down. So first things first, I want to take care of the gravel and that type of stuff. The reason why we swatch it like we swatch it is to make sure that we grab the right one. And I need to know that the gravel will go in and the gravel will go in here. For some reason, that's what they wanted to do with this build, and I kind of want to keep the same idea. Now, the middle section here, which is the shared section, I think that's how this is going to work. I've not turned this into a residential rent just yet. I guess this will be unit number 1. We're going to count this as unit number 2, and then we'll count this as unit number 3. I don't want it on fence level, though, is the issue. I mean, technically, I guess if you're looking at this from a different perspective, you can technically say you can lock it. You can lock it just for your household members if you live here. It's not the most ideal place. I'm sure people have figured it out. Oh, I got that number wrong too. This is number 3. There you go. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's fine. But I do know, going back into the terrain painting of the life, we have that one pretty much squared away. Okay, we want to make sure that this is the same one, because we're about to do some big erasing, and if I erase it, well, it could be bad. All right, now that we know that's what it is, you're going to want to play around with it, figure out what works the best for each thing, because all 3 of these pathways will lead to something in the middle. And so you can walk around the entire property and be perfectly fine. Inkling, we need to build something in the middle. I'm not like 100% sure what that is yet. This looks awkward, so you just want to kind of clean it up a little. I somehow made like a turtle unintentionally. That's fine. Oh, I didn't grab the dirt. Oh, I want at least one swatch of that as well, because that's going to come in handy later. But right now, though, this is what we're working with. This is the idea, the plan, which is good. It's a good plan. It's a good plan. I think this type of thing is what's going to work out the best, and we'll bury these objects into more like the greenery and grass and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into live edit mode, which with Better Build By you can do really quickly and really easily as well. And then I just want to make sure it's base game, and I want to make sure that I have it in just like a few spaces, just because I know like it's one of the only like really big trees that it is in here, and I'm pretty sure it's only in debug, which is kind of crazy to me. Obviously, if this was like if this was a different area, I also would maybe put a tree or a fountain here. But I think that might be pushing some limits, if you ask me. We're not going to do that. These are huge rocks. I kind of want a little bit of a cluster. I mean, these are good clusters. There's objectively nothing wrong with them. Just maybe not what exactly. Why do I kind of not hate it? Okay, and this was the plan, was to put rocks by it. Okay, some other things. Like, this does not really fit the vibe, right? So you got to figure out things to do, which is why we do have our little greenery. So first things first, we want the grass. The important part here when landscaping, you want to make sure everything is a bit of a same quality as well, which is weird in a way. Somehow that that looked good in my brain, and I didn't actually hate it. See, it's a lot about playing around. What does look good, what doesn't look good. Make it kind of cluttered. I'm not the best landscaper, and I'm honestly really not trying to say that like I'm actually a good landscaper either. I'm far from a good landscaper, super far. A desert landscape is a little hard to landscape. Not sure what to do with that corner is an issue. I will admit, is a bit of an issue. What other bushes are populated in this area? And then let's grab some of those and see if we can make those work, such as a cactus. Does that look weird? Yes, it does. Would not recommend. Oh, it's this one. I can't figure out if it's because I haven't fixed this yet. It very well could be. So this planter box is like right there. This one actually was like hiding in some grass. Let me grab a gnome, and we'll put some gnomes around. Call it a funny haha kind of gag. This was a cute idea. I don't think it worked the way I wanted it to. I'm actually thinking the benches are nicer along the pathway. It might be a nicer way to do this. And then I'm also thinking, obviously, this looks wrong. I can't tell you why it looks wrong because I definitely can't pinpoint any reason. So we're going to try rock. Without a doubt, I tend to line a lot of things with rocks. And that's just because I find it the easiest and the most usable thing to use. You just got to make sure you got rocks, that really fit the area. These rocks just happen to be really big, but that's why we have the plus and minus. Still a too big of a rock. It might be, which is fine. See, now I'm back down here with the clusters, which I have used. I feel like a good rock right here, whatever that rock might be. Is that too big of a rock? That is huge. Okay, we need to change perspective. So I have a much clearer understanding of the rock formation I'm trying to place. That looks weird. What if we got some of the grassy grass? And then we put a rock inside the grassy grass. Will that do the trick? It's definitely not my favorite landscaping, but it's also not my least favorite I've ever done, to be fair. This is a good example of like, sometimes it's not great, sometimes it's fine. That's what I would describe this as. It's not great, but it's fine. Okay, next thing you're going to do, you need to layer your dirt. You got to, sometimes this will take several pass-throughs. I promise you, very important. It'll make everything in the long run. Oh, I think we are. When doing dirt like this, I want it to come out kind of splotchy, not as dark. That's just because you want it to make it look really natural. And things, my favorite dirt to do this with that I think is great shading, which essentially is what you're doing, is you are just doing a really good shade. It can look bad. It can improve your build. It can make a build that I think is like a 4. Like when I built it initially into like a 7, just with a good amount of shading. I'm not lying. It truly is crazy what good terrain paint and spending the time, like if you want to become a good builder in The Sims and spending time and learning how to do good terrain paint. Yeah, I'm not even saying I'm like great at terrain painting, but I have been doing it for like many years now, As long as I've been building in The Sims, I've been messing around with terrain painting. I didn't really start doing it until a bit later. Sure, you want to make sure you get it underneath all the spots and things. You want to go around the whole entire place. I know it seems like it's a lot. You might be thinking that's too much terrain paint. Like, what are you doing? But in the long run, I promise you, it does. It looks better. And normally in a space like this as well, because there is so much open space, like, I don't know, I would maybe put another tree back here. I would maybe line this with, like, plants and stuff. But because we are playing in the desert, greenery is just not, like, really that. It's just not that girl back here. So that's part of the reason why. Then once you finish this actually might be the end of the first little part here. Some people, once again, will go over the entire build as well. I really think that's based on preference. I don't think it looks horrible. Sometimes I think it looks... Oh my god, I forgot a whole side. I didn't even do this side. Terrain paint is done. This part, once again, looks a bit clustered. I don't know what to do with it. Any comments? Maybe I'll change it. Maybe I'll like it better once we start decorating the houses and stuff. I'm sure it will. But this is my little trailer park. It's going to be called the Ship. They all look identical, so it's not like selling. But it definitely looks like a trailer park. And that part will, I think, sell you. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this first part. We'll come back once again to do the next trailer and the next trailer and the next trailer. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this series. I hope you guys are enjoying the month of building. I know I sure am. It's a bit stressful, but it's a good time. See you guys all tomorrow for the first trailer. All right, goodbye.